Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn, wishing each and every one of you a happy and prosperous Diwali. Namaskar, coming up in the next hour. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with soldiers on the India-Pakistan border in Kutch, Gujarat, hails the security personnel's dedication to protect the nation in inhospitable places. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi remembers Sardar Patel's invaluable contribution on National Unity Day. Says today's India has vision, direction and determination. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says disengagement process in certain areas along the LAC almost complete. Says efforts will be to take matters beyond disengagement. North Korea tests intercontinental ballistic missile, calls it the world's most powerful strategic weapon. The test comes amid apprehension over North Korea's closer defense ties with Russia. Devastating floods in Spain kill at least 95 people as rescuers still search for those missing. Authorities issue another storm warning in Valencia. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrated Diwali with soldiers deployed on the India-Pakistan border in Gujarat's Kutch. DD India's Abhishek Bose brings us this report.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Gujarat's Kutch to celebrate Diwali with border security force personnel deployed on the India-Pakistan border. Prime Minister Modi offered sweets to the soldiers. PM Modi praised BSF Jawans for keeping India's borders safe and secure despite challenges. Prime Minister also highlighted country's rapid strides in exporting defense equipment to several nations of the world.
आज विक्रांत जैसा मेड इन इंडिया एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर देश के पास है। आज भारत में अपनी सबमरीन बनाई जा रही है। आज हमारा तेजस फाइटर प्लेन वायुसेना की ताकत बन रहा है। पहले भारत की पहचान हथियार मंगाने वाले देश की थी। आज भारत दुनिया के कितने ही देशों को डिफेंस उपकरण एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा है।
Prime Minister also stressed that his government will never compromise with even an inch of India's land.
आज देश में एक ऐसी सरकार है जो देश की सीमा के 1 इंच से भी समझौता नहीं कर सकती। एक समय था जब डिप्लोमेसी के नाम पर सर क्रीक को छल से हड़पने की पॉलिसी पर काम हो रहा था। मैंने तब गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में भी देश की आवाज को बुलंद किया था। आज जब हमें जिम्मेदारी मिली है तो हमारी नीतियां हमारी सेनाओं के संकल्पों के हिसाब से बनती है। हम दुश्मन की बातों पर नहीं, हमारी सेनाओं के संकल्पों पर भरोसा करते हैं।
This isn't the first time Prime Minister Modi has celebrated Diwali with soldiers. Since becoming Prime Minister in 2014, Narendra Modi has made it a point to celebrate Diwali with soldiers stationed in different parts of the country. He started this tradition in 2014 by visiting Siachen, one of the toughest terrains in the world. The next year, he visited the Punjab border, followed by Sumdo near the China border in Himachal Pradesh in 2016. In 2017, he spent Diwali with soldiers in Jammu and Kashmir's Gurez sector. In 2018, he visited Uttarakhand's Harsel, and in 2019, he celebrated Diwali in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri. He also visited Rajasthan's Longewala in 2020. In recent years, Prime Minister Modi has continued this tradition by visiting Kashmir's Nowshera in 2021 and Jammu and Kashmir's Kargil in 2022 and Himachal Pradesh Lepcha in 2023. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with soldiers, it's a reminder that the true spirit of the festival lies in the bravery and sacrifice of those who protect our nation.
भारत माता की
Abhishek Bose for DD India.
Well, the festive fever is high in India as the country celebrates Diwali with pomp and show. People decorated their homes with dazzling lights and colourful rangoli. DD India correspondent Ayushi Ahuja brings us this report.
Diwali, the festival of lights, celebrated by millions worldwide. In Sanskrit, Diwali or Deepavali means row of lights, symbolizing the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and the promise of new beginnings. Every diya, every light tells a story of hope, resilience, and love. Traditionally, Diwali celebrates the return of Lord Ram to Ayodhya after his 14 years exile, as well as defeating the demon king Ravan, bringing peace and harmony to his kingdom.
The spirit of Diwali is in the air. Shoppers are bustling in bazaars, children are looking forward to fireworks, and the warm glow celebration is shared with friends and families.
Diwali is all about preparations, deep cleaning, fresh decor, and bringing in touches of gold and silver for good fortune. And what's Diwali without food? From jalebi to kaju katli to gulab jamun, every bite holds a memory waiting to be made. Also, Diwali without lights? That's like sweet without sugar. Twinkling fairy lights are everywhere. Indoors, outdoors, wrapped around stairs, adorning plants, adding sparkle to every corner. No Diwali is complete without rangoli. Families design pattern on floors using colored sand, rice flour, or powdered limestone for a warm welcome to guests and a way to invite the goddess Lakshmi. Colors make Diwali come alive. Using marigold flowers, rose petals, and green leaves is a way of saying welcome to good vibes. Plus, these decorations are as eco-friendly as they are beautiful.
We do sculpture candles, which is kind of really different. Let's use soy wax, let's use natural wax. There are so many, different types of wax. And also coconut wax. So why go for paraffin? Because it releases a lot of soot. So to reduce pollution, this is our attempt.
People are also embracing sustainable decor. Think natural lanterns, torans that make your home shine while respecting the planet.
Diwali is the most beautiful festival in our country, and I always like to decorate my house. There are many lights, temple lights, all things are available and I always enjoy it.
Diwali is always a very special occasion for me and my family. It holds a great place in my heart. We always decorate the house with colorful diyas, flowers. There's rangoli everywhere. We are always together with the family, so we get to spend a good time.
From lighting sparklers to setting off fireworks, Diwali is an experience for all the senses. Diwali is also a time for prayers, and people also leave offerings to Goddess Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth, for good luck and prosperity. The glow of diyas, earthen oil lamps, and the crackle of fireworks create a magical backdrop for this celebration of lights.
Whether we are lighting diyas or praying for abundance, Diwali reminds us that even in the darkest of time, light is to be found. Here's wishing you all a very happy and joyful Diwali. May the light within you shine bright. With camera person Aniket Dubey, I am Ayushi Ahuja reporting for DD India.
Well, Atlanta in Georgia is also all decked up for Diwali celebrations, from stores selling items of Diwali festivities to temples getting ready for community gatherings. DD India correspondent Shubhendu Ghosh reports.
Of the presidential elections, the US is gearing up to celebrate Diwali from the White House to different parts of the country. In Atlanta, Georgia, we visit a grocery store near the downtown area. It was well stocked with items of Diwali festivities like crackers, diyas, decorative items, and idols of gods and goddesses.
We are excited about Diwali. Definitely we're gonna go to the temple and celebrate Diwali with the Indian community. We feel like homely. I would say it's not like we are so far from India.
Next to the grocery store was an Indian restaurant that had prepared special delicacies for the Diwali festivities. In the evening, we visit the famous Babs Swaminarayan temple. The temple is the center of community life here.
This mandir is very, very important to the Indian society, Indian community. We are bonded, we find our roots in the Indian culture. This is very, very important, particularly for the young generation, to learn about our culture, stay connected with our culture, and be proud of our culture.
Diwali is our subcontinental festival. This temple is our Georgia's heritage.
The temple is renowned for organizing Diwali celebrations that span over many days. There may be a time difference of about 9.5 hours between Atlanta and Ayodhya. There is no difference in the spirit of Diwali celebrations. Just as Indian Americans are located all over United States, similarly, the light from the Diwali lamps illuminate the whole of America. With camera person Jayashankar, Shubhendu Ghosh for DD India in Atlanta.
Well, and Shubhendu Ghosh is joining us live now from Atlanta. Shubhendu, happy Diwali to you once again. Clearly, Diwali takes India's rich cultural traditions across the world. How popular, are laddus, barfis, jalebis and gulab jamuns?
Oh, Mark, you just put it right. Greetings to you again on Diwali and to all our viewers. Yes, all parts of all aspects of Indian culture, the color, the flavors, the values are something that not only bind together the Indian Americans here, but are also a source of a great interest for communities all around America. It's a diverse society. There are people from all over the world, from different religion, different communities who come together. And Diwali is in fact, has emerged as one binding force that brings people from different sections of society all together. They're interested. About a couple of weeks back, we were in New York where we saw the manner in which Diwali Mela was celebrated, and people from a cross-section of the society had come to celebrate. Now we're in Atlanta. Right now, as we speak, it's a working day here. By evening, the Diwali lamps, the temples, which are all decked up to celebrate Diwali, are all going to come alive. I have with me, in fact, the Pandit of the temple where I am, ISKCON temple in Atlanta, one of the oldest in Atlanta. From him, we'd like to learn about the message of Diwali that you give out to not just Indian Americans, but many others who are interested in it. What is that message of Diwali, sir?
A happy Diwali to all from ISKCON Atlanta. Message is like ignorance, we light. Knowledge is light. So spiritual knowledge, if we lighting, then our life become easy and happiness, That is one of the messages, spiritual knowledge.
And Mark, the simplicity of this message is what makes Diwali, what makes the Indian culture, Hindu culture, an object of such fascination for people all over America. And Diwali, it all peaks with, of course, you mentioned food, decoration, all of it. A great attraction for people to see being celebrated around them.
Right. Shubhendu, also, how important are these spiritual traditions for the people in the US? To what extent is the Indian community preserving them? Because there seems to be a modern day woke culture that seems to overtake all spiritual aspects of faith.
Absolutely. This is a very interesting question, Mark, and therefore I think a festival like Diwali becomes all the more important in terms of the traditions, values, cultures, ethics. It is sort of a homecoming in a way for Indian Americans who are living in America. It's a different culture, it's a different land. They're working the trees, the plants, the surrounding look all different from India. So what really roots them into Indian culture are these days of festivities. These are also days when the communities get together. They're all busy in their own respective lives. Someone's a doctor, someone's an engineer. But the festival time, the community gathers who are working in different sectors. The children, the next generation gathers. There are times these temples also become a source of imparting cultural, religious values to the next generation. So in that sense, the Indian Americans particularly here find these festivals a great time to also discover their roots, not just for themselves, but also for the next generation.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Shubhendu Ghosh, for joining us from Atlanta in Georgia. Still to come here on DD India News Hour. The Festival of Light, Diwali, is celebrated across the globe. Indian and Chinese troops exchange sweets along the LAC on Diwali.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Mark Lynn. Well, the Festival of Lights, Diwali, is also being celebrated across the globe. A number of world leaders extended their greetings and wishes on Diwali, while foreign diplomatic missions in India also celebrated the festival with much enthusiasm. Here's our report.
Cutting across boundaries and borders, Diwali unites all. People from all over the globe celebrate this festival, giving a message of unity and harmony. White House military band played Om Jai Jagdish Hare for Diwali. Several landmarks in US were also lit up to mark the Festival of Lights. These include New York's Times Square. While Ambassador of India to the US, Vinay Mohan Kwatra, attended Diwali celebration at the White House, hosted by President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. Extending greetings, White House said that Happy Diwali from the White House. Together, may we show the power in the gathering of light. In US, decked up with lamps and rangolis, the Permanent Mission of India to the United Nations held a grand gala. The event was attended by envoys from different countries including Egypt, UAE, Portugal, Singapore, Maldives, among others. The Diwali festive fever also gripped foreign diplomatic missions in the Indian capital of New Delhi. The US Embassy marked the occasion with music and dance. Celebrations were also held at the Japanese Embassy, while French Ambassador Thierry Mathieu used UPI, or India's digital payment system, to buy sweets at a market in New Delhi. Besides, a number of world leaders extended their greetings on Diwali. Calling Diwali an extraordinarily beautiful celebration of faith and culture, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that the festival's rituals are in every way an expression of community. New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon expressed his wishes for a meaningful, vibrant and joyful Diwali. Taking to social media site X, UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan said, and I quote, "May the year ahead bring peace, health and happiness to you and your families." Bhutan Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay hoped that Diwali brings harmony, happiness and prosperity to every home in the country and around the world. In Scotland, a charity organisation held a reception at the Scottish Parliament, which was attended by the First Minister of Scotland, John Sweeney. The spirit of Diwali resonates with messages of joy, hope, and above all, harmony. The festival is a unique occasion to highlight the rich tapestry of cultures and traditions in our society. Bureau Report, DD India.
The UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer also celebrated the festival of Diwali. He extended Diwali greetings, wishing joy to all who are celebrating across the United Kingdom. In his message, he highlighted the festival as a time of unity, abundance, as well as the triumph of light over darkness, wishing families a joyful celebration. And Vinod Kumar, our correspondent, is now joining us from Dubai. Special correspondent Vinod Kumar. Vinod, what are festivities like in Dubai, in the Global Village, for example?
Let me come to the place where I'm standing, Mark. I'm standing in what locals call mini India, Dubai, the pulsing heart of the Indian community in Dubai. Here, it's just not a festival. It's a national-wide celebration that is breaking the cultural barriers and lighting up of every corner of the Emirate. And one of the events is what you mentioned in a global village. Global village, it's a big area where all the countries are represented. From India to Qatar to Zambia, all the countries are represented. And there are two dedicated gates in which you can see Dubai lamppost and Dubai hoardings. And among these all countries, they have also set up a dedicated Diwali pavilion, the Festival of Lights pavilion to be in fact, and where you can buy Diwali items like diyas, Rangoli powders, and other ethnic and traditional items for Indians and the world across. And they also had lit up the skies a couple of days back, and the festivities of the Global Village will continue for another 3-4 days, and it will end only on November 3rd. And here in Dubai, homes have been preparing for days, weeks before the festival. The shopping frenzy is real, but people are rushing to buy gifts, decorate their spaces, and the gold markets. Oh no, the Doordarshan day they were absolutely jam-packed. And schools were in fact with color, much more than what you see in Holi. And teachers and students were decked up in the most vibrant ethnic attire that you can imagine. And the most exciting part of this Diwali celebration in Dubai is that it's no longer just an Indian celebration. Non-Indians are also joining, creating what can be described as the most inclusive party of the year. And Mark, this is a country in which we have a ministry of tolerance and coexistence. So Dubai's Diwali celebration is a hallmark of coming together and inclusiveness.
Wonderful.
It is transcending the borders.
Sure. So Vinod, also, I mean, you did mention schools. There must be community centers also which are celebrating. And there's a lot of obviously ethnic attire that is being worn. But, how do people celebrate at home, those who are not participating in all these grand celebrations?
Coming to the community celebrations, we had celebrations in Al-Seed Global Village, and here we have the largest stone temple in the Middle East, the Bab's Hindu Mandir in Abu Dhabi. Their elaborate preparations is being made, and today they are expecting thousands of worshippers to come and attend the festivities. And in homes, people are exchanging sweets. They were in the spaces that is available to them. They were making decors, they were making rangolis, and surprise visits by friends and family. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the pulsing heart of Dubai, the Dubai area. People from all over the 6 Emirates. Here, Dubai is divided into 7 Emirates. Right. Other 6 Emirates join and come to Dubai to exchange sweets, to meet their friends and bust firecrackers. You can see behind me, the houses are all decked up with festive, vibrant colors. Right. Within another short hour, since it's a working day, you can see the skies also will be lit up with firecrackers. You may be able to hear that noise from my background. And that's it.
Yes, we leave it there. Thank you very much, Vinod Kumar, for joining us from Dubai with all the Diwali celebrations there. Happy Diwali to you once again. Moving on then to our next story. In fact, as the world celebrates Diwali, the northeastern part of India, it worships Kali Puja. In fact, it's considered as one of the 10 Mahavidyas of Ma Durga. Ma Kali is one of the most powerful forms, of Durga, who killed the demon Rakta Bija. Now, Kali is worshipped to spell of all fears sufferings, negativities from life, and is also believed to remove the planetary effects of Rahu, Ketu and Shani. Subina Roy will tell us a little more about that. She's joining us with more from Dibrugarh in Assam. Well, Subina, happy Diwali once again. Could you explain the significance, of Kali Puja on the occasion of Diwali?
Yes, happy Diwali to Mark and the entire international diaspora out there who are watching TV here right now. So you see the northeastern part of India, when the whole world is celebrating Diwali, Kali Puja is celebrated in the eastern part of India, mostly in states of Assam, West Bengal and Odisha. Now, Ma Kali is believed to be the remover of all fears, sufferings and all negativities from our life. So when it is the darkest of new moon in the Kartik of month, it is on mostly falls on Diwali, and it is when the Ma Kali is worshipped. Now, if we talk about the mythological terms, now it is Ma Kali is one of the most powerful forms of Durga. Ma Durga is believed to have taken the form of Ma Kali when she had to kill a Rakshas, a demon called Rakta Bija. And Rakta Bija had the potential to multiply from every drop of his blood.
Right.
So Ma Kali drank every drop of her blood to kill the evil. So Ma Kali signifies, the good over evil, not just outside the world, what is happening outside the world, but also inside us. That
yes, Subina.
To kill the evil that exists within us. And as you can see, it's not just a community, it's a community feeling. You can see the women out here who are just worshipping Ma Kali. The whole para, you can see, is
right. Subina, we seem to be losing your audio, but thanks very much for joining us from Tinsukia. I correct myself, she was in Tinsukia and not in Dibrugarh. Now, DD India correspondent Vishal Barristow also visited the Border Security Force camp at Chawla, which is in Delhi, and interacted with families of the BSF personnel. Let's listen to how they celebrated Diwali.
Diwali is all about lights, color, happiness and hope. I am here at the BSF camp in Chawla, Delhi. BSF, the Border Security Force, is our first line of defense, and these are the families of the BSF personnel. This is so beautifully done. So what kind of preparations have gone in place for this beautiful Rangoli?
Well, all our families are very interested in art and craft. So this time also, many of our families, they insisted that we make a Rangoli in our office complex over here. And therefore, we provided them with different colors and the designs and all they brought about themselves. And they were very enthusiastic about making the Rangoli.
How does it feel celebrating Diwali with people from all over the state, because you are a BSF family?
We are all unit. We believe in unity in diversity. We are from all the corners of India. I am from Odisha, away from home, and here there are many families whose husbands are at the border, but we have not left them alone. We are all here together, celebrating it and enjoying this festival, not just in a very eco-friendly way, but we are also encouraging usage of candles and rangolis, lighting up our houses with sweets and many prepared food.
As you can see, these are different colors, but out of with all the different colors, they have made this beautiful Rangoli. And in that way, people from all over the state, they are celebrating Diwali. And I have with me a lady, she is from Northeast. So how does it feel coming all the way from Manipur and celebrating Diwali here? How does it feel?
It feels very nice, and this is my first time I'm celebrating Diwali here in the BSF camp, Delhi. It's very nice.
So have you made friends with them?
Yeah, so many friends. These are all my friends.
Okay. So there you hear, she is from the northeastern part of the country. She is from Maharashtra, Delhi, Punjab, Odisha, so all over the state, and they are also very happy. And why not? India is all about unity and diversity, and today is also the National Unity Day. With cameraman Bheem in Chawla, Delhi, this is Vishal Barristow for DD India.
Well, also on the occasion of Diwali, Indian and Chinese troops, they exchanged sweets on Thursday at several border posts along the line of actual control in Ladakh. And these are visuals of Chushul, Moldo border meeting point, which is in eastern Ladakh. And these are visuals of the Konka La Pass, which is on the India-China border. And Indian and Chinese army also exchanged sweets at Daulat Beg Oldi in Ladakh. And soldiers of the Indian and Chinese army exchanged sweets at the Karakoram Pass. Indian and Chinese troops also exchanged sweets at hot springs in Ladakh on the occasion of Diwali. Well, still to come here on DD India News Hour. A strong typhoon Kongre sweeps across Taiwan. Concerns grow after North Korea fires a suspected long-range ballistic missile.
Who will be the next president of United States of America?
Will Donald Trump make a dramatic comeback, or will Kamala Harris become America's first woman president?
It's a tight race to the White House.
The knives are out and the battle lines sharply drawn.
He's becoming increasingly unstable and unhinged.
She's a threat to democracy because she shouldn't even be the candidate.
I'm Amritpal Singh.
I'm Shubhendu Ghosh.
We travel across the United States
to decode the issues at the heart of this polarized election.
Watch this space only on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Mark Lynn. Here's a recap of our main stories. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with soldiers on the India-Pakistan border in Kutch in Gujarat. He hails the security personnel's dedication to protecting the nation in inhospitable places. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh says disengagement process in certain areas along the LAC almost complete. Says efforts will be to take matters beyond a disengagement. The death toll from the floods in eastern Spain rises to at least 155 people. Authorities issue another storm warning in Valencia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in the National Unity Day celebrations at the Statue of Unity in Kevadia, Gujarat. He greeted the nation, highlighting the coincidence of Diwali falling on National Unity Day. Prime Minister, in fact, he emphasized the significance of unity in building a developed India. He urged citizens to strengthen social harmony, economic growth and unity, noting that the progress of the country has been increased over the last 10 years. Let's look at this report. In a grand celebration for National Unity Day, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in events at the Statue of Unity in Kevadia, Gujarat. He paid floral tributes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on his 149th birth anniversary, administered the Ekta Divas pledge and witnessed the Ekta Divas parade. National Unity Day, celebrated annually on October 31, commemorates the birth anniversary of India's first Home Minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Prime Minister Modi highlighted the coincidence of Diwali falling on National Unity Day this year and extended his Diwali wishes to all Indians worldwide. The celebration also marks the beginning of Sardar Patel's 150th birth anniversary year, which will be celebrated for the next 2 years, strengthening India's resolve for One India, a Great India.
एक सच्चे भारतीय होने के नाते हम सभी का कर्तव्य है कि हम देश की एकता के हर प्रयास को सेलिब्रेट करें.
Prime Minister Modi emphasized that unity strengthens the resolve to build a developed India. The Statue of Unity, the world's largest statue, symbolizes unity built with iron and soil gathered from villages across India. He spoke about policies that strengthen India's unity, including the promotion of Indian languages in the national education policy and granting classical status to Marathi, Bengali, Assamese, Pali and Prakrit. He pointed out how rail connectivity has linked Jammu and Kashmir and the northeast to other parts of India, and how high-speed internet access in Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar and mobile networks in mountainous areas are bridging rural and urban divides.
जरा भी उम्मीद नहीं थी कि सैकड़ों रियासतों को एकजुट करके फिर से एक भारत का निर्माण हो पाएगा. लेकिन सरदार साहब ने ये करके दिखाया.
PM Modi highlighted initiatives like One Nation, One Identity through Aadhaar and One Nation models like GST and National Ration Card, creating a more integrated system. The government is also working on One Nation, One Election and One Nation, One Civil Code. He described the removal of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir as a milestone, noting how the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir has taken oath under the Indian Constitution.
बीते 10 वर्षों में देश में सुशासन के नए मॉडल ने भेदभाव की हर गुंजाइश समाप्त की है. हमने सबका साथ, सबके विकास का रास्ता चुना है.
The Prime Minister detailed steps taken to address national security and social harmony, noting progress in resolving long-standing conflicts in the northeast. He urged the nation to remain committed to unity, emphasizing that unity over the next 25 years is crucial for rapid economic development. Bureau Report, DD India. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday virtually inaugurated Desh Ka Vallabh, the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Major Ralingnau Bob Kathing, the Museum of Valor at Tawang in Tejpur. Now, at the event, Rajnath Singh said that the disengagement process in certain areas along the LACs are almost complete based on consensus achieved between India and China. And he added that India's aim will be now to take the matter beyond disengagement.
एलएसी पर कुछ क्षेत्रों में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स को रिजॉल्व करने के लिए भारत और चीन के बीच डिप्लोमेटिक और मिलिट्री दोनों ही लेवल्स पर बातचीत हो रही थी. अभी हाल की बातचीत के बाद ग्राउंड सिचुएशन को रेस्टोर करने के लिए आपस में ब्रॉड कंसेंसस हुई है. इस सहमत के आधार पर डिसएंगेजमेंट का प्रोसेस लगभग यह पूरा हो गया है और हमारा प्रयास होगा कि बात डिसएंगेजमेंट से भी आगे बढ़े, लेकिन उसके लिए हमें भी प्रतीक्षा करनी होगी.
Spain is reeling from its worst flooding in decades after a year's worth of rain fell in just a few hours on Wednesday in southern and eastern regions. More than 150 people have been killed after torrential rain battered the region. Rescuers used helicopters to lift survivors to safe places. Diggers and tractors equipped with water pumps were brought in to clear the debris from the streets. Meanwhile, the government of Spain has declared 3 days of mourning. They've urged citizens to remain at home and listen to emergency services recommendations.
La dana continúa y que por favor.
The depression is not over, so please stay at home. Don't go out. Stay at home. Listen to the recommendations from our emergency services, because right now the most important thing is to keep as many people safe as possible. We want to express our solidarity again with the victims and their relatives. I also want to convey the commitment of the Spanish government and all the emergency services.
Pertenecen al sistema de protección civil nacional.
Well, low-lying areas in Taiwan, they were also flooded after the typhoon Kongray swept across the island on Thursday. The storm impacted the eastern county of Taitung with strong winds and heavy rain, affecting much of Taiwan. The fire department reported one fatality due to a fallen tree. Kongre is the largest storm to hit the island in nearly 30 years and is expected to graze China's Fujian province on Friday. Germany will close all 3 Iranian consulates on its territory in response to the execution of the German-Iranian national Jamshid Sharmad. Germany has already recalled its ambassador from Iran following Sharmad's execution and summoned the Iranian charge d'affaires to express Berlin's protest. However, the German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has said that Berlin will, in fact, allow Tehran's embassy to remain open. Iranian state media said that Sharmad was sentenced to death after being found guilty of carrying out terrorist attacks. Tensions rose again on the Korean peninsula after North Korea conducted what is believed to be its longest intercontinental ballistic missile test on Thursday, drawing swift condemnation from South Korea, Japan and the United States. The missile test coincides with rising alarm over North Korea's reported deployment of troops in Russia. Here's the report.
Tensions again rose at Korean peninsula after North Korea conducted what appeared to be its longest ever intercontinental ballistic missile test on Thursday.
Our military detected a long-range ballistic missile fired into the East Sea from the Pyongyang around 7 a.m. today. North Korea's ballistic missile was launched at the high angle and hit the East Sea after a few around 1,000 kilometers, and our military has been chasing North Korea's preparation for the launch of ballistic missiles in close cooperation with the United States.
The launch drew swift condemnation from South Korea, Japan and the United States.
North Korea's action, including the repeated launch of missiles, is a threat to our country, region and to the international community's peace and security and cannot be tolerated.
Our military condemns Kim Jong-un regime's illicit and reckless provocation and strongly urges North Korea to immediately halt all actions undermining the peace and stability on the Korean peninsula and the international community, including the continued sending of trash balloons, dispatching troops to Russia as human shields and preparing for nuclear test.
While Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson said Beijing is closely following developments after North Korea tested an intercontinental missile test on the same day. Pyongyang's test comes amid rising alarm over what the United States and others say is North Korea's deployment of 11,000 troops to Russia, 3,000 of them close to the western front lines with Ukraine.
The evidence now suggests that North Korea has sent around 10,000 soldiers to train in eastern Russia. And some of these DPRK troops have already moved closer to Ukraine. And we're seeing them outfitted with Russian uniforms and provided with Russian equipment. And I am increasingly concerned that the Kremlin plans to use these North Korean soldiers to support Russia's combat operations in Russia's Kursk region.
Meanwhile, the United States and South Korean Air Forces conducted joint aerial drills on Thursday in response to North Korea's missile launch. Bureau Report, DD India.
Israel continued its operations in Baalbek and Tyre on Thursday, with explosions sending plumes of smoke over both cities. Residents of Baalbek were issued a second evacuation notice as Israel expanded its strikes on Hezbollah targets there and in Tyre. Meanwhile, 5 people were killed, including 4 foreign workers and 1 Israeli farmer in a Hezbollah attack on Israel's northern town of Metula. With presidential elections just a few days away, both Republican and Democratic candidates are holding back to rallies to attract voters. They are not holding back, in fact. They're just going out one after another on a track to attract voters, to clinch their electoral issues, even as early voting is going on. at a fast pace at different parts of the country. The Vice President Kamala Harris held rallies in 3 places on Wednesday, in Pennsylvania, in North Carolina and in Wisconsin. She's in a pretty fast mode. Well, during the speech there in Wisconsin, Harris urged supporters to vote early in one of the most consequential elections of their lifetimes. Earlier, Harris in North Carolina had hit out at Trump, calling him unstable and out for unchecked power. The Republican presidential nominee, Donald Trump, he continued to rebuke Joe Biden for his garbage comment, and this time he was wearing a bright safety vest during a rally in Wisconsin. Trump called his supporters heart and soul of America. Still to come here on DD India News Hour, the US President Joe Biden hosts a trick-or-treaters for Halloween celebration at the White House. Dogs take center stage in Nepal on a day dedicated to mankind's loyal friends as part of a Hindu festival. Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Mark Lynn. Halloween festivities are lighting up neighborhoods, marking a night of fun, mystery and tradition across the globe. From spooky parades to haunted houses, communities are embracing the holiday spirit. Children and adults alike are dressing up as ghosts, superheroes and everything in between. While trick-or-treaters, they fill the streets. Mexico City opened one of its landmark Day of the Dead tributes with the city center illuminations switch on and the inauguration of the mega offering inspired in surrealism at the capital's main square. The mega offering has become one of the must-see Day of the Dead tributes in Mexico City, where thousands of visitors gather each year to admire its artistic displays. US President Joe Biden celebrated Halloween at the White House. President Biden, alongside First Lady Jill Biden, handed out candy to trick-or-treaters celebrating the spooky festival. Well, in Nepal, the 5-day Tihar celebration commenced with Yamapanchak on Wednesday. Today, people celebrated Kukur Tihar, celebrating a human-dog companionship and also appreciating the dog's loyalty and benevolence. Kukur Tihar is the second day of the 5-day-long Tihar celebration in Nepal, which is celebrated across different ethnicities in Nepal. In many houses, Lakshmi Puja is also observed, welcoming and worshipping Goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, affluence and prosperity, with devotion. Traditionally, the day falls on the 3rd day of the Tihar festival. In Bangladesh, police arrested 2 youth. This is in a sedition case which was filed for allegedly hoisting a saffron flag above Bangladesh's national flag atop the independent monument in Chattogram last week. Those who were arrested are Rajesh Chaudhary and Hridoy Dash. Earlier on Wednesday night, one Firoz Khan, a resident of Chittagong, lodged a case naming 19 people, including ISKCON's Chattogram chapter, for the organizing secretary Chinmoy Krishna Das with Kotwali Police Station in Chittagong. Moreover, some 15 to 20 people were unnamed in this case. According to media reports, the Sanatan Jagran Manch organized this massive rally at the historic Laldighi Maidan of Chittagong on October 25, calling for minority rights and security in Bangladesh. During the rally, some unidentified people allegedly hung the ochre flag atop the independent monument. According to Bangladesh's flag rules 1972, no other flag or colored flag can be hoisted atop the national flag. This is what was reported by the United News of Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, a protest by thousands of garment workers in Dhaka's Mirpur 14 area, it turned violent on Thursday as clashes erupted with police and military personnel. Workers demanding unpaid dues threw stones and set fire to 2 police and army vehicles. Law enforcement, they responded with batons and gunfire, leaving 2 workers injured who were taken to Dhaka Medical College and Hospital. The usually busy area was effectively shut down. This was because it resembled a battlefield as fire service units worked to control the blaze on damaged vehicles. Let's get you the sports news now. And as the deadline for the retention of players ended on Thursday at 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, all franchises revealed the names of the players that they've retained. The 6 players ahead of the mega auction. Chennai Super Kings has retained MS Dhoni as uncapped players, while Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya both were retained by their franchise Mumbai Indians. Quite a few surprises came in for players like Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul were let go by their former sides. Royal Challengers Bengaluru has also retained Virat Kohli for a whopping 21 crore rupees. Now, Delhi Capitals has also made the bold call to cut Rishabh Pant from their lineup and decided to keep Akshar Patel as their main pick. It is time for the rematch of the ICC T20 World Cup 2024 final as South Africa host India for a 4-match T20 international series starting on November 8. The South Africans announced a strong 16-member squad for this T20 international series against India. Both teams will face off in the 4-game T20I series, marking their first encounter since the final. Adrian Markram is set to lead the formidable South African team, featuring a dynamic middle order anchored by the power hitters David Miller and Henrik Klaasen. Keshav Maharaj will handle spin duties, while Marco Jansen and Gerald Coetzee will be strengthening the pace attack. In a stunning display of skill, South Africa crushed Bangladesh by an innings and 273 runs in Chittagong, securing a dominant 2-0 series sweep. On the 3rd day of the second test, they enforced the follow-on after bowling out Bangladesh for 159 runs. In the first innings, they were leading this massive series leading by a massive 416 runs. Now, Kasigo Rabada shone brightly. He took 5 wickets to dismantle the hosts, Keshav Maharaj and Senuran Muthusamy. They excelled. Maharaj claimed 5 for 59 in Bangladesh's second innings. The home team had collapsed once again, losing all 16 wickets that day. With this victory, South Africa have now boosted their chances of reaching the final of the World Test Championship in June of 2025. The Los Angeles Dodgers clinched the 2024 World Series after recovering from 5-0 down to beat the New York Yankees 7-6 at the Yankee Stadium, and they sealed a 4-1 series victory. A topsy-turvy game was turned upside down as its halfway point. It was happening at the halfway point as the Dodgers exploited Yankees' fielding errors in the top of the 5th innings to level the scores. It is the second title in 5 years for the National League champions, who had previously won in the COVID-shortened 2020 season. Facing elimination, the Yankees came out swinging in the Bronx as back-to-back first innings home runs were hit by Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm Jr. that had put them 3-0 up. The streets of Los Angeles erupted in celebration after the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the New York Yankees 7-6 to win their first World Series championship since 2020. Fireworks illuminated the night sky as jubilant Dodgers, their fans, drove through the streets, honking horns and waving flags, reveling in their team's championship win. The Dodgers trailed 5-0 in the fifth innings, as we said, and they were down a run in the eighth before a sacrifice fly from All-Star Mookie Betts capped the biggest comeback win in a clinching game of the World Series history. The showdown between the two marquee franchises, they had in fact been a boon for the Major League Baseball. The Dodgers slugger Shohei Ohtani driving a record TV rating in his native Japan. Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India News Hour. Let's know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those of you on the go, let's give you the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app, which is available on Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code and download it now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. My name is Mark Lin. From all of us here, thank you very much for watching DD India News Hour. Happy Diwali once again. Namaskar.